Righto, you might be able to tell by my eyes and my voice, but I've quite literally just woken up to the great news that the full 2025 AFL fixture is out. That being the matchups up until, I think, round 16. From there on in, it's a rolling fixture. I'm very excited for this. I've seen quite a few of Freo's fixtures being leaked already. I know we've got an away game against North at Optus. I know the away derbies in round 3. I know we've got Richmond in gather round. I know we've got Geelong round 1. So, they're the games I know. I'm excited to see this Dockers fixture. I'm excited to see all the other fixtures, see what quirks there are. Opening round, we've already seen this. I hate opening round with a passion. I'm not sure why they still do it. Thursday, Brisbane, Geelong. Friday, Sydney Hawthorn. Think about, by the way, in WA, you get these, in the early stages of the season, you get Friday and Thursday night games at 4:50 PM. It's ridiculous. Saturday, Gold Coast, Essendon. Sunday, GWS, Collingwood. By far the best game there is Giants, Collingwood, in my eyes. Well, not by far. Swans, Hawks is quite good too. And Brisbane, Geelong. Gold Coast, Essendon's a stinker. Here we go, round 1, and it kicks off Thursday night footy at 4:30 PM between Richmond and Carlton. That should be just the season opener. Friday night, the old rivals, Hawthorn, Essendon. Hawthorn got no prime time last year. Freo's first game of the year. We head to the Cattery to kick off the season. That is an unbelievable matchup. 10:20 AM, a bit of a breakfast bounce down. Yeah, well, I'm really not sure how I feel about being given Geelong away first game of the season, but some teams are going to do it. Yeah, that's tough. That being said, we've won the last 2 times there. Grand final rematch, 1:15 on a Saturday. I'm mind-boggled. I really am. They've given Western Bulldogs North Saturday night. The grand final rematch, Saturday. Is this Saturday twilight? I think this is Saturday twilight. Still, it's not a primetime matchup. Sunday. I'm sorry. 9:35 AM. Are you seeing these times? I know they'll change when, they'll change later in the season. But 9:35 AM on a Sunday. That's a record. Adelaide St Kilda, Adelaide Oval. Melbourne Giants is the primetime Sunday game. And then West Coast versus Gold Coast to finish off round 1. Round 2, I've got no knowledge of. Thursday night, Carlton Hawthorn, quite a good game. Friday, Bulldogs Collingwood. Saturday, Essendon Adelaide at the MCG. Then we've got 1:15 Port v Richmond at the Adelaide Oval. Then Saturday night, I feel like every year Saturday night, St Kilda Geelong at Marvel gets played. First game on a Sunday, Brisbane versus West Coast at the Gabba. Then North Melbourne versus Melbourne at Marvel. And last game on a Sunday, we play Sydney. This is some really odd fixturing. Sydney have been given the grand final rematch on a Saturday Arvo. And they've been given Fremantle, who are predicted to be a top 4 team in 2025. Last game on a Sunday. I'm really, really confused. Round 3. Essendon versus Port Adelaide on Thursday night. Friday night, Carlton versus Bulldogs. Saturday, first game on a Saturday, Melbourne Gold Coast at the MCG. Then Saints Richmond. Then we've got a Saturday night primetime in Launceston. That's quite exciting. Hawthorn versus GWS. Then Sunday Arvo, we've got Adelaide, North Melbourne and Adelaide. And I'm not sure if this will be the primetime game, West Coast Fremantle. I doubt it, but it's last game on a Sunday, West Coast Freo. Lovely. Round 4, I think that's 3 Sunday games in a row for West Coast to start the season. Indeed is. Round 4. Thursday night, Carlton Collingwood. What a game. Friday night, Geelong Melbourne at GMH. BA. Saturday, we head to People's First for Gold Coast v Crom. Richmond, Brisbane at the G. Then Saturday night, that's right, because we've got Thursday fixtures all throughout the season. There's only 3 games on a Saturday usually. It feels a bit bare. I like my Saturdays being footy jam-packed. But Saturday night, primetime, North Sydney. Interesting pick. Sunday, again, Giants, West Coast to NG. Port Adelaide, St Kilda at Adelaide Oval. And Bulldogs, last game on a Sunday. They're giving us Sydney and Bulldogs last game on a Sunday. Freo are going to be a good team in 2020. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit biased, but I don't really understand this fixturing. We usually get given the Bulldogs in a primetime slot at home. We play the Bulldogs at home like every year. Adelaide, Geelong, Thursday night. Oh, this is gather rounds. Friday, Collingwood, Sydney. I hate the gather round fixture a lot. So, usually in gather round, we've got the the Friday double header. That works so well if you're actually attending. Now on the Saturday, you've got a game at the Barossa and the Adelaide Oval on at the same time. Like, how on earth are you going to attend both? And then you've just crammed in a game at Norwood, which is probably the game of the round, or one of the games of the round. Freo play Richmond in the Barossa early on a Sunday. And then to end it off, it's a Sunday night blockbuster. I think that'll actually be like a Channel 7 broadcast. Port Adelaide Hawthorn, apparently Channel 7 are taking a few of these Sunday night games. Alright, post-gather round now. Round 6, this is Good Friday. Brisbane versus Collingwood get the Easter Thursday clash. Good Friday, North Carlton once again. And they've been doing this Good Friday doubleheader thing for a while now. And usually the second game does go to WA. And yet again, goes to West Coast Essendon. First game on a Saturday, we've got Melbourne at the MCG. And we buggered them twice last year. Once at Teo Traeger. They're not sending us back there. But we do get a game at the MCG, which is nice. Adelaide Giants at the Adelaide Oval. And then Richmond host Gold Coast on a Saturday night at Marvel. Sydney are getting shafted with these Sunday games. I'm sorry. Sydney vs Port at the SCG. 1:20 on a Sunday. Come on. And then Sunday night, that'll be a prime time. Bulldogs vs Saints. And then Easter Monday. Geelong Hawthorn, which is going to be one of the most exciting Easter Mondays in years. Round 7. Ooh, we get a Friday night. Oh, we play on Anzac Day. That's quite fun. So Thursday night. Melbourne vs Richmond. It's Collingwood Essendon, traditional Anzac Day. Then we play Friday night against Adelaide for our traditional Len Hall Anzac game. Usually a Channel 7 game. This will be a Fox game because they're not going to have 2 7 games in a day. Yeah, that's a bit shit. But that's okay, Adelaide. Saturday, St Kilda Brisbane, Port vs North, and then Giants versus Bulldogs. That seems to be a bit of a tradition, going to Canberra. Sunday, Gold Coast Swans, Carlton Cats, and Hawthorn Eagles. Round 8, Thursday night, is Essendon North. Friday night, standalone primetime away. When did we get that? St Kilda vs Fremantle. That's a really random fixture to give standalone Friday night. I'm actually really shocked about that. Saturday, Bulldogs vs Port at Mars Stadium. Adelaide versus Carlton at the Adelaide Oval. And then the Saturday night is Collingwood versus Geelong and West Coast versus Melbourne. The Sunday is Sydney versus GWS. Hawthorn versus Richmond, and Brisbane versus Gold Coast. Round 9, oh, I already knew this. Thursday nights, back-to-back standalone prime times. We take that. Collingwood at home, that's going to be a cracking matchup. Friday night, St Kilda get another one at the MCG. So this will be their... Why is it at the MCG? They don't have their celebrations anymore, do they? Or is this just like an annual thing now? They've got Carlton at the MCG. Saturday, Melbourne, Hawthorn, Essendon, Sydney. Gold Coast Bulldogs at TIO. And then they've got the Showdown on at the same time. Bit annoyed the Showdown's not standalone. I won't lie. I think most people will be tuning into that. Sunday, Richmond West Coast, sorry. Geelong play GWS in Geelong, which will be a good game. And then at Ninja Stadium for the first time, North versus Brisbane. Round 10, Thursday night, TIO. I believe this is Indigenous round now. Or 9 and 10 must both be Indigenous round. Because they're both playing in Darwin. That's what usually happens. So... back-to-back years, we get to play Collingwood in Indigenous round. Then Friday is Sydney Carlton. That was also Indigenous round last year. And first game on a Saturday, Collingwood versus Adelaide. This feels really similar to Indigenous round last year. Because I remember I attended Sydney Carlton on the SCG on the Friday night. And then first game on a Saturday, I attended Collingwood Adelaide at the MCG. This is really similar. Port versus Geelong at the Adelaide Oval. We play the Giants at NG. Fuck's... I hate playing at NG so much. I've been to the last 2 games we played at NG. First game we lost by about 12 goals, and last time was an absolute heartbreaker. That's a bit annoying. 2 Twilight games though, which is interesting. And then the standalone Saturday nights at Marvel, Bulldogs, Essendon. I'm not sure why they continue to give games like Bulldogs, Essendon prime time. Like, they give these sorts of games prime time every single year, and they never deliver. Sunday, Richmond North, Brisbane, Melbourne. Last game on a Sunday. West Coast St Kilda, yes again. St Kilda play West Coast in Perth every single year. St Kilda haven't played Freo in Perth in ages. Surely it's this year. Round 11, Thursday night, Geelong Western Bulldogs. Friday, this will be dream time, so this will be Indigenous round. Essendon versus Richmond. Then Saturdays, Carlton Giants, Hawthorn Brisbane. Then there's 2 Saturday nights. North Collingwood will be the Channel 7. And Freo Port, I'll take a look Saturday night. Sunday, Adelaide West Coast, Melbourne Sydney, and St Kilda Gold Coast. Thursday night, it's Brisbane vs Essendon at the Gabba. Would love to know why Essendon getting so many primetime games. Friday, Collingwood Hawthorn. That is a blockbuster. First game on a Saturday, we head to the Gold Coast. We are dreadful on the Gold Coast. The 2 stadiums we are fucking awful at, hopeless at. People's First and Angie. They've given us both of them. Back-to-back away games. That's annoying. We're going to have to find something, though. Because Gold Coast are, funnily enough, quite good at home. GWS Richmond and then Sydney Adelaide as a standalone Saturday night. Sunday is Melbourne versus St Kilda and West Coast versus Geelong as a Sunday night. I think that might be a Channel 7 game. Round 13, getting to the end of the scheduled games. Bulldogs Hawthorn on a Thursday night. That'll be good. Friday's Adelaide Brisbane. Bit of a random Friday night game. Saturday, Richmond Sydney. Geelong Gold Coast. Giants Port. Then on the Sunday, we've got North versus West Coast at Hands Oval in Bunbury. What a fixture that is. And then Carlton Essendon in Melbourne. Where's our game? We've got a bye with St Kilda. And then this would be King's birthday. Monday, Melbourne, Collingwood. Collingwood should absolutely batter the life out of Melbourne this year. Round 14, Thursday night, St Kilda Western Bulldogs. A standalone Friday game at UCATT between the Hawks and the Crows. That's now 2 primetime games in Lonnie. That's quite exciting. Saturday, Brisbane Giants. Then Essendon Geelong. And then I was not expecting that. They have given our away game against North at Optus Channel 7 primetime. That is bizarrely random. Why is North Fremantle, North home game at Optus primetime? Standalone. Incredible. Sunday, Port v Melbourne. And that's 2 games in 2 days at Optus, which is a very rare feat. But West Coast will play Carlton. Round 15, we stay in Perth with a standalone Thursday night against Essendon. Then Friday night is Geelong versus Brisbane. Saturday, Carlton versus North Melbourne. Then Port Adelaide versus Sydney. And then Collingwood plays St Kilda at Marvel, interestingly enough. Bit of an advantage for St Kilda, I guess. Sunday, Giants Gold Coast, the Expansion Cup. And then it is Western Bulldogs versus Richmond. Do the fixtures end here? Yeah, they do. So this is just the matchups now. I'm looking out for any good matchups. Sydney Bulldogs is quite good. Port Carlton. We do play St Kilda in Perth. There we go. We finally play St Kilda in Perth. It has been 2022, I want to say the last time was. Which isn't actually that long, thinking about it. But before that, it was like 2019. Round 17, Geelong Richmond's going to be a pumping. Saints Hawks might be quite good. Carlton Collingwood's going to be a belter. We play the Swans at the SCG, who we beat this year. That doesn't mean it's an easy game. And the Eagles host the Giants. Oh, Brisbane Port as well. Round 18, Giants Cats is a great game. The Bulldogs host the Crows at Mars. Saints Swans, Blues Lions. Richmond Essendon yet again. Gold Coast Collingwood. Port West Coast. And we play Hawthorn in Perth. That hasn't happened in a while. Alright. Getting a few newbies. Round 19, Cats Saints. Collingwood at the MCG, that's a bit of a random fixture. We played them in 2023. I think we conceded 10 goals to nothing in the first half or something. Or something along those lines. It was terrible. Carlton Melbourne's pretty shit because Melbourne just suck. Brisbane Bulldogs. Hawthorn Port Adelaide and Launceston. That will be quite a good game. And then, West Coast Richmond. Round 20, it's the Battle of the Bridge at NG. Saints Melbourne, North Cats at Marvel, Essendon Bulldogs. Hawthorn Carlton's quite good. The Q Clash, the Showdown, and the Derby. Bang, bang, bang. The triple header. Round 21, Cats Power. Melbourne play West Coast at Marvel, which is probably deserved for both teams. Collingwood Brisbane at the MCG. Sydney Essendon, and oh boy. At least it's not away. At least we only play Carlton once this year, and it's not away. Oh boy, that is going to be the one game this season that just has my blood pumping for the 24 hours leading up. Because I know we lost to West Coast this year, but touch wood, West Coast is an assumed win. Carlton, I just want to beat so badly. They have me so rattled. Round 22, Geelong Essendon, Carlton Gold Coast, Melbourne Bulldogs, Hawthorn Collingwood's a bagger, Brisbane Sydney, and we play Port at the Adelaide Oval. Never goes well. Can't remember the last time we beat Port at the Adelaide Oval. Round 23, Ninja Stadium, North Richmond. I'd love to see the crowd figures on that game. 3 games at Marvel here. Carlton have a game at Marvel. Essendon have a game at Marvel. Hawthorn play Melbourne at the MCG. Another expansion cup on the Gold Coast. Swans Cats in Sydney. Adelaide Collingwood. And we host Brisbane in Perth. And to end the season, we have the Bulldogs at Marvel. That's a bit of a 50-50 hit. Not really 50-50. We've lost the last 2 times against the Dogs at Marvel, but we did beat them there in 2022. Not an amazing way to end the season. Giants Saints. We've got Pies D's. Bombers Blues. Lions Hawks. Port Suns. Eagles Swans. There you go. On a bit of a selfish level, I'm going to quickly just see Fremantle's fixture only. So we've got Geelong away round 1. Then we've got Sydney at home. So it goes Geelong, Sydney, West Coast Bulldogs. Like, apart from West Coast, quite a tough run to start the season. Like, Geelong and Sydney's a bit rough. Then round 5, we get Richmond. Round 6, we get Melbourne. They should both be wins. Adelaide at home, round 7 should be a win. Round 8, Saints. I'm assuming Fremantle are going to be a much better side in 2025 with the additions we've got. That's my assumption. Round 9, Collingwood's going to be a belter. Round 10's really tough. So we go through a few really tough patches. Port at home is tough. Suns away is, funnily enough, really tough. Then we get the bye. North at home away should win. Essendon at home we should win. Saints at home we should. So that is. So we get the bye there, and then we got 3 games in a row in Perth, plus the bye. So the players will spend a month in Perth, which is unreal. But 3 games in a row in Perth is so good. Then Swans at the SCG, Hawks. So we get 2 MCG games, don't we? Oh, that's quite good. We get Collingwood and Melbourne at the G. We get to play Hawthorn and St Kilda at home, which is quite fun. Yeah, I mean, am I overly happy with the fixture? Not really. I mean, I'm happy we got a few surprise standalone prime times, I guess. But in terms of the teams we're playing, it's quite tough. I hate opening round. I love gather round, but I hate the gather round fixture. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are on the fixture down below. Please hit the subscribe button and like if you did enjoy, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers.
Chains everywhere except the showers. Till a man said it turned green on me, but I don't got too much green in my vision now.